guys, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to, I feel like, a long overdue Q&A. I feel like I haven't done one in what seems like ages. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm blanking, but I personally love just being asked questions and answering them. And so I asked you guys on my community page if you guys had any questions for me, and you guys came through. So today, we're sitting in our little August t-shirt because August is almost over and I literally cannot believe it. September is going to be so exciting. Fall is right around the corner. I'm already drinking pumpkin stuff, so in my head it's fall. The weather is saying no ma'am, it's not, but I'm pushing fall. But I'm so excited for September. So I just thought, you know, why don't we just sit here, have a chill video. I love your videos so much. Will you do more reaction videos for Taylor's Eras Tour next year? So the plan is, as of right now, I don't think that I am going to do like surprise song reactions. I had so much fun doing it for the US shows, but I don't know. Like, Taylor's had her Mexico City shows this weekend, and I have been falling asleep and waking up to the news of what she's been playing, and my world was shattered this morning when I woke up and saw that she's playing Cornelia Street. But I don't know, there's so much happening in my life right now that I feel like I really need like a good quality sleep. So I have not been staying up because they're 2 hours behind me, so it would be like 12:30 approximately when Surprise Song O'Clock would happen. But I get so excited to wake up. Like, honestly, it's kind of good for me because I'm not one of those people who like springs out of bed or feels motivated to even like, you know, get up in the morning necessarily. Like, once I'm up, I'm good. But it's kind of been nice to like have that little like incentive, like, hey, wake up, you get to see what Taylor played last night, you know, kind of what she did. So that's actually been really fun for me. So with the time zones, it's gonna get a little funky, so I'm not quite sure yet. I may do one here and there, but as of right now, the plan is no. Nothing's set in stone, let me put it that way. What are your predictions for after 1989? Do you think we're gonna get a new album or re-records first? Also, I love your videos so much. Thank you guys so much. So I think after 1989, Taylor's version comes out. It comes out 2 months from today. Oh my god. I'm filming this on the 27th of August. And so we have 2 months until 1989 comes home. I feel like she's gonna wait a couple months. I feel like maybe early next year we get a new re-record. I'm thinking maybe Reputation's next. I think she's definitely going to end with Debut and do the whole let's end where we started off my career kind of thing. That's just my prediction. I could be absolutely wrong. I honestly did not see Midnights in the picture at all. I didn't see a new album in the picture at all until I thought all the re-recordings were going to come out and then we were going to get a new album. Well, I was wrong on that. So Midnight said, hello, I'm here, I'm present, and I am TS10. So, and I am so thrilled about that. But I feel like we're going to get at least Reputation, and then I feel like we may get a new album. Taylor's going to be touring so much, like insanely so much next year. The tour kicks off in 2024 in February, and then she goes all year. So I don't know how much she's gonna be, but she's been in and out of the studio. She could have stuff banked. I'm not sure. She scares me. What would you do? What would your reaction be if Debut Taylor's version was announced? Because I would be on the floor sobbing. I feel like it would be the same thing that I did with 1989. I kind of just froze, and then when it hit me, I started sobbing. Debut is one of those albums that, like, I feel like is so underrated, but I am such a Debut girly. I remember vividly, like, falling in love with Taylor's music, dragging my mom's huge CD player into the bathroom and, like, setting it up on the countertop, and I would take just a long bath, and I wouldn't get out of the bathtub until that album was finished. I feel like so many of my first memories and my first feelings of connection to Taylor, even past the music, is connected to that album. So I feel like I'm going to feel Very, very, very nostalgic. That was also the only era that I was not involved in at the time. Like, I went back and reminisced. I remember little bits and pieces, like we had a canned food drive at my elementary school and there was a debut picture of Taylor up there, but I really became a Swiftie when Love Story came out, so I kind of missed that. So I'm very excited to definitely go back to debut. So yeah. Okay, what is your favorite song from all of Taylor's albums if you could pick one? Love you and your videos. Thank you so much. Okay, from debut, I feel like one that means a lot to me is The Outside, because I did not have many friends in elementary school, and the ones that I did have felt very forced. Like I had to be a part of that group. I wanted to be, but I felt like they didn't want me to be, if that makes sense. Mary's Song is just something oh my god, that is one of my absolute stan songs. I love the storytelling in it. So I'll say those two off debut. Fearless, I feel like Fearless is one of those albums. It's like 1989 for me. I love the whole album, like, collectively, and I cannot pick. But Breathe has a very special place in my heart. I remember when Fearless Platinum Edition came out, and that was like my whole entire world. Like, I acted like I forgot where my regular edition was, so I could get the Platinum Edition from Target. I was like, Mom, I have no idea where it is. And I remembered exactly where that CD was, because that CD was not ever out of my sight. But that album holds so many memories to me. Like, I can remember going, like for Hey Steven. Like, that was when I dove into Taylor completely. Fearless is also like one of my absolute favorite songs. Like, it's so magical. Speak Now, you guys won't guess. It's timeless. That is my absolute favorite song on Speak Now. That's also one of those albums, like, collectively, I'm like, I'm such a stan. I'm always in my era. Like, I'll say this about, like, every single era, okay? Like, you're gonna hear me say this. But, like, every single era is so special to me. Like, how can I possibly choose, right? Then off Red, a couple of my stan songs. Forever Winter, we've got The Lucky One, and I Almost Do, I'll say. Yeah, how can you pick just one? I'm struggling. 1989, I feel like my absolute favorite is I Wish You Would. But again, like, I hate to sound incredibly basic, but like, style. How do you know? Like, I hear that intro to Style and my body just like feels electric. Like, I get so like, the serotonin just rushes through me. Let's see, and then we have, did I miss one? No. Fearless, debut, Fearless, Speak Now, Red, 1989, Reputation, Dancing with Our Hands Tied is my absolute favorite. And like, Timeless and Dancing with Our Hands Tied, like, have a fight with each other in my brain, like, which one is my number one, but it's Timeless. Don't tell Dancing with Our Hands Tied. Okay, that's between you and me. Number 7, Lover. I'm counting on my hands so I don't mess up here. Definitely Cornelia Street, and I Think He Knows. Then we have album 8, which is crazy to say, is Folklore. My Tears, Ricochet, and Illicit Affairs are two of my favorites. And then Evermore, Dorothea, and Coney Island. Midnights, oh lord. Oh lord, how do I begin this? Well, Dear Reader, I love. Maroon. Can I just say the whole album? Like, You're on Your Own, Kid. Labyrinth. I tried my best. Yeah, okay. What do you think TS11 will be like, and when do you think it'll happen? I really think that we are going to get it in 2024, just because Taylor's always up to something and will decide to throw us off. So I think it's going to be very vulnerable, as Taylor's music always is, but I think we're really going to get some stories. What is your favorite stadium that you've seen Taylor at? Okay, I actually really like this question. So I have loved seeing her in Glendale, Arizona. It's just always held so many like beautiful memories for me. Like, I love Glendale. I really love seeing Taylor in Glendale. And so I feel like I'm gonna say Glendale. I might be biased because I met Taylor Swift in Glendale, but I just feel like it was such like a good atmosphere, and it was opening night for both Rep and Eras Tour when I went, so nobody had no idea what was like gonna happen, and there was just like this energy about it. I feel like the stadium's really nice. Nissan Stadium was also very nice, so didn't have any problems there either. What is your favorite song from 1989? When do you think we'll get Reputation TV? I think that we're gonna get Rep TV somewhere in February. Don't ask me, just literally no facts to back that up, just my head. And I wish you would, I think is my favorite, but again, how do I choose? Were your tickets for your show pretty affordable, or did you have to spend a pretty penny? I honestly don't know how fans are able to spend so much and go to multiple shows. So this was a comment I got a lot, and I did want to say I paid face value for every single one of my tickets. And I was lucky enough to go to 7 Eras shows. I'm not shy to say that. I saved my butt up. I was in college, and I also was saving for Taylor. I knew that when the pandemic was at a comfortable spot, that Taylor was going to tour. It had been 5 years, and so I definitely planned for that. And I was lucky enough to get a lot of my tickets through the pre-sale. I got my Glendale tickets for me and my other 3 friends through pre-sale, and then for Nashville, Natalie got night 2 tickets in pre-sale. Natalie got night 1 Nashville tickets for us, which ended up being floor seats through a friend that she worked with that got us that got a code when tickets dropped 10 days before. It was like the tickets that had the queue, but it was a protected queue, and it opened 10 days before, and we were able to get floor seats. So then for MetLife, night 3 was the night that I went with my best friend Bobby, which I'm so happy that we did that together. So my friend Bailey was nice enough to reach out to me. She knew I was potentially looking for MetLife tickets because it fit my schedule and I knew I could make that show. So she reached out to me. She got the Second Chance email where they said, hey, send in like your price range and you may get tickets sent back. It was that situation, and she was able to get us tickets. And so we sat lower bowl, and honestly they were great seats. Then Detroit happened. And Detroit was, night 1 was a miracle. Night 1 was an absolute miracle, and I say that because it was my best friend Emma's birthday weekend. We flew in Thursday, so we weren't, it wasn't chaotic on Friday. It ended up being chaotic on Friday. So the queue randomly opened. I shouldn't say randomly. The queue sometimes opens, but it was the first time it was a protected queue, like the day before the show. The protected queue was about 10 days before the show, and then there was a queue that started the day before the show started, when they'd set the stage and they'd start selling like behind the stage tickets and stuff like that. But that was usually a public sale. Well, this was the first time that it was not, it was a protected sale. And Emma and I did not realize that right away. We were in an Uber. We had just gotten our merch. We were in an Uber going back to our hotel, frantic, and Emma's like, the queue's open. So I'm on my phone trying to log in. Emma's on her phone, but then we're like, oh my god, it's a protected queue. Well, it kept kicking me back. Emma thought she was logged in. She was not, because it was just chaotic. Like, and anyways, so we ended up jumping in the queue, but we did not get tickets. Right, so we were like, oh Lord, like that was our final chance to get like tickets that were in our price range and tickets that we could even get a hold of, right? Well, I was like, you know what, this is Emma's birthday weekend. I'm making it my mission. And so I started asking around if anybody had any extra tickets this sweetheart, Robin, she reached out to me. She said, hey, I know somebody who's selling 2 tickets. They're not sure if they can make it tonight. And so I was like, oh my gosh, and they were obstructed tickets. I did not mind. They were $75 a piece. And I was like, okay. And so I messaged her. I was like, hi, it's like my best friend's birthday weekend. I would absolutely, we're here. Like, we'd love to go. We're actually like in the process of getting ready just in case we find tickets by some miracle. And she was nice enough to reach out, and it was like hours later because she asked, she was like, hey, like, would anybody be interested? And then like hours passed. We were getting ready and I had messaged her, and it was like maybe 30 minutes before Emma and I were about to leave and go eat, and maybe not even that, but it was very, very close. And so she reached out to us and she was like, hey, I'd love to sell you these tickets. And when I tell you, oh my God. Emma got our night 2 tickets back in the second chance sale when they sent out the email and you'd fill out what price tier you wanted. So that's how we ended up with those tickets. So I did pay face value for all my tickets, and I just saved. And honestly, I would not have been able to go to these shows if it wasn't for like the immense team effort. Which reality shows do you watch often? I don't really watch reality shows, but a comfort show that I like to watch is Friends or Big Bang Theory. What is your least favorite album? I literally, that's like trying to fix, I can't. I can't, like, when I tell you, like, some days, like, it's overcast right now. If I went outside and, like, listened to, you know, if I was on a drive or something, it would probably be, like, Evermore Folklore. But, and this person said, opinions on Evermore. Evermore came out at a time in my life where I felt very lost and alone and confused and trying to pick up myself after a friendship was lost that I never thought would be lost. And, I should have been the one to pull the plug because I was the one seeing all the warning signs, and it was just not a good situation. But Taylor said that Folklore was trying about how to, you know, keep those relationships and mend those, and Evermore was the album that came that allowed you to feel okay with letting go. And I really needed to hear that. I will never forget the feeling when Happiness came out. I was bawling my eyes out, like, through Dorothea and like all the other songs. Like, it was so relevant to me that it was just astounding to me that Taylor truly picked me up, like, when I was like, what just happened in my world? My world was shifted. What was it like being at the Reputation Stadium tour? Okay, so the Reputation Stadium tour was so much fun. I went to 6 shows on the Reputation Stadium tour, and it was a blast. I went to opening night, I went to closing night, and it was a lot of fun because I got to meet so many of my friends. The energy was so good, and I just feel like that tour was just so for the fans because of 2016. I feel like there was so much like uncertainty. Like, Taylor was like, I never knew like if I'd be back on the stage. So it was just very, very special, and it was very, I'd say, wholesome. Like, just getting to see your friends and go to new places, and the tickets were affordable. Like, it was such a good time. What is your favorite smoothie in the summer? I love tropical smoothie, and my go-to is either, oh my god, the peanut butter cup smoothie or the beach bum. Okay. How were you able to see the Eras Tour multiple times with Ticketmaster being so corrupt? So I feel like I said, it was really just team effort and planning, and I feel like the biggest thing that I could say is we all worked as a team to get the tickets for the cities that we wanted to. And honestly, if the tickets had been more attainable for other places too, I probably would have gone to more shows, but I think that stands for a lot of fans. Like, we would have, you know, maybe gone, I would have gone to closing night in LA, but like, there was no way of getting tickets. It was just so hard. What is your least popular Swiftie opinion? I feel like my least popular, and I don't think it's like unpopular, but I feel like something that needs to be brought up is Taylor is not on to entertain us 24/7. And that comes with, she went to a private event and fans showed up, and there was a herd of people at a private event. You're allowed to see Taylor Swift at a concert, but Taylor has worked so hard for us on re-records, on new albums, on a tour, that she deserves her time out of the spotlight with her friends. And I was just really disappointed, like, to see that. And I feel like a lot of people do stuff like that just for a click, unfortunately. I feel like a lot of people just want that 2-second video of her walking out of a building. Like, I highly advise people to go watch Miss Americana, because I just find it very inconsiderate to call yourself a fan and do that. Like, you're not valuing Taylor, you're not honoring her wishes. Like, she's mentioned multiple times, like, there's a lyric in Anti-Hero that says too big to hang out. Like, she feels like she's always the elephant in the room, and I wish people would listen to her and not just listen with their earbuds to her. Like, I wish they would listen to Taylor. But I don't feel like that's really unpopular, but I feel like some fans are like, well, she's a celebrity, she asked for this. She didn't ask for the security threats, and she didn't ask to be followed everywhere. She loves us very much. Like, she's made that very clear throughout the years, but there needs to be boundaries. Okay. What is that noise? Oh, my cat's playing with her toy. I was like, what is that buzzing noise? When did you discover Taylor and truly become a Swiftie? I discovered Taylor when Love Story came out, but I became a Swiftie when the Love Story music video came out. What is your favorite place to online shop? I love Shopsider. That's one of my absolute favorite places to browse. There's so many places I just love to, like, window shop online, and I feel like that goes true in person too. So, Shopsider is one of my favorites. What do you love most about Taylor? I personally love how she has remained the same person throughout the years that she was when she was in her debut era. Like, you can just tell she's always remained humble. You can always tell that she is not putting on, like, this show. Like, she's always genuinely in shock, like, oh my god, I get to hear people scream my name. I love how down to earth she is. I love, you know, honestly, the music is just an added bonus, but my love for Taylor is because of who she is as a person. She just always goes out of her way for the people she loves, and it truly shows so loudly. Can you do a video showing us your Taylor room decor? Yes, I will. I definitely will. It probably won't come out for a couple weeks, but it's incoming. September is going to be very exciting. Okay. Get tickets to see Taylor in Indy next year. I did not. I got waitlisted like everybody else, it seemed. Like, I can't name like a solid 5 people who I know got tickets for the 2024 shows. I'm wondering if they'll do anything else for that. Okay. So somebody said, if you could ask Taylor one question, what would it be? Funny enough, I actually have a list on my phone, which is hilarious. You know, I feel like people ask her like the standard questions. How were you inspired for this album? How are your cats? I have other questions, right? I would love to know, has she ever had to file credit card fraud? Like, does she check her bank account? I'm assuming if she has people doing that for her, but like, have you ever had to file credit card fraud, or just like, you know, do you have your wisdom teeth? What is your first and your latest memory about Taylor? So my actual very first memory of Taylor is the canned food drive that we had at my elementary school. And I remember that I did not know who Taylor Swift was at that point. So I remember so the canned food would go under like your favorite artists at the time. They had like different boxes underneath, and they would just it was kind of like a way to see like who the most popular artist was. I believe Taylor ended up winning, but I remember looking at her picture. It was the picture of her in the water for the debut album, and I was like, oh my gosh, she has really, really long and poofy hair. I remember saying that to myself, and I talk to myself out loud. I'm one of those people. So I think I probably did say that to myself, and I was like, oh my god. And then I just didn't know who she was, and I loved Carrie Underwood, so I did put it in Carrie Underwood's. But that was one of my very first memories. Even before like I got into her, like, you know, when Love Story came out, that was definitely before that. So, and my latest memory, I make new memories with this woman every day. Like this morning when like I was like, this woman sang Cornelia Street. But I feel like my most recent like big memory is 1989 Taylor's version being announced, and me just like completely feeling this full circle moment of like, oh my god, I remember when this was announced the first time, and I was like, this is my era. I want to meet Taylor in this era. I'm making this era mine. And those dreams came true. Like, it just felt so full circle hearing her announce 1989 Taylor's version. What is your prized possession in terms of Taylor stuff? What are your dream surprise songs that played or not played? So, I feel like my prized Taylor stuff is, of course, the stuff that she gave me. But I also feel like my Taylor dolls, my autographs, and my Taylor bear are also very prized possessions. But my handwritten stuff from her, my note cards from her, take the cake. And some dream surprise songs, well, Dear Reader, Cornelia Street, Mary's Song, Don't You, Superstar, I Got Breathe, I got Tim McGraw, I got I Almost Do, and yeah, those are some. Timeless, I missed, but yeah, there's some. Somebody said, what is your favorite outfit that you wore for the Eras tour? I really, 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 really loved my debut outfit that I wore for Nashville. I found that dress and it was just so debut in my mind. Like, it had like the blue butterfly, but I hand painted Taylor's like cowboy boots from 2007 that she used to wear all the time. And that was so fulfilling to me because I really thought that I was gonna mess up. But honestly, my Eras Tour outfits were so much fun in general because I thought out of the box. Like, I did like the flowers that we'd grown together, and I put all the flowers that Taylor's ever mentioned. There was so much thought that went into it. And like Emma, her 22nd birthday show was Detroit weekend, so she dressed as 22 Taylor, and I dressed as Evermore Taylor because of the line, she's still 23 inside her fantasy. And I feel like by far my most creative, if I had to choose, was my Mine outfit. My best friends and I, Natalie and Emma, we went to Glendale Night 2. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys how I got Glendale Night 2 tickets. That was because somebody was just randomly selling nosebleeds for cheap, and I'm gonna do a video on helping to kind of see, people are getting so creative though, it's like kind of insane. I was gonna say like to help with scams, but people are just, it's scary how real they can make tickets look when they are absolutely not real. But there was somebody who was selling tickets for $150 each, and we were like, we will take whatever we can at this point, so we bought those. And let's see, but that was really fun because we all did our favorite music video looks. So Natalie did Blank Space and she did the red outfit, and then Emma did Out of the Woods and put like, we all spiced it up. Emma put vines on her outfit, and then I did the Mine music video, and I glued pictures, because in the music video there's pictures dangling from the trees and like showing her life with this person that she made. And so I got a dress that looks similar to the Mine music video dress, and then I hung pictures all down the back of my dress like the music video. So that was by far my favorite, I feel. Is Vlogmas returning this year? I love that you guys are already thinking about Christmas. Trust me, I am too. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like maybe not like the whole month, but I definitely feel like vlogs are incoming. I need to like brainstorm some like fun Taylor ideas to do. So yes, baking or anything like that. What is your favorite picture of Taylor? This one right here. The Vogue British shoot, chef's kiss. Thoughts on Lover featuring Sean? I don't listen to it that much. I don't think I've listened to it since it came out. Oh. Wow. This is interesting. What do you think of Colleen Ballinger? I know you used to watch her. I did used to watch Colleen all the time. Through the pandemic, I cared so deeply what was going on with her and her family. It was my nighttime routine to watch Colleen Ballinger. However, I do not support Colleen anymore. I've unsubscribed. I've unfollowed her. I've unfollowed most of her family too. It breaks me so much. Like, I won't be ashamed to say, like, I actually, when I found out she was not the person I thought that she was after all these like years of spending my time watching her and feeling like so like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what she's doing today. It really kind of upset me. And so I don't support Colleen anymore. Trust me on that. There's no way I could support somebody like that. So the last question I'm going to answer for this video is, what inspired you to do YouTube? So what inspired me to do YouTube is I've always loved documenting my life. I've done it from a really young age. Like during Speak Now, I would pull out my dad's like old camera that he never used anymore, and I would film like music videos of me singing along to songs off Speak Now. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. If this was a movie, needs to be mentioned too. Like, I am such a if this was a movie stan. So it was originally on Speak Now, right? And then Taylor re-recorded it and put it on Fearless like in March when tour started. So like that's why I don't know where to place her, because in my head she's still Speak Now. Anyways, but that was one song, and I'd Lie by Taylor Swift also. Those are two songs that like I truly remember, and like Megan and Liz, like I would truly just like jam in my room, and those would be the songs that I would act like I was a celebrity and like making a music video for. Like girl, what are you doing? But the point is, I've always loved documenting my life, and I've always loved sharing my life and telling stories. And with somebody who didn't grow up with a lot of friends, I feel like it was an outlet for me that I had friends, and I do consider you guys my friends, and I love sharing my life with you guys, and there's so much to come. And I'm not trying to be annoying, but like it's just gonna get so good. Like I am so excited for what's in the future, and trust me, that room tour is coming. Just give me a couple weeks and you'll find out why. Like, it'll make sense to you when the video comes out. It'll be at the end of the month, and it'll make sense to you why it'll be then. So I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and loving me, and I love you guys. Just thank you for everything, and you guys make me feel so special. If you have any video ideas or like recommendations down below, comment them. If there's any like, you know, collections or anything you want to see, or any like sit down videos, just tell me. I'm up for it. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video entertained you in some way, and I sincerely hope I see you, yes, you, in the next one. Bye guys.